from remote internships to working with US clients, all before graduating. A third year engineering student who's landed 8 paid internships. How you typically apply for internships? I mean, where do you apply?
When you are applying for first internship, you have to build around like 4 to 5 good projects.
So things won't fall in our place if we go blindly, right? How did you connect with US clients? Any specific platform or outreach tactics?
LinkedIn. Like I just applied and my resume got selected.
If you're comfortable sharing how much you have earned so far this today?
Let's not talk about it.
So answer is yes. Hackathons and projects will play a crucial role.
The most important thing is you should connect to the seniors. Like they know what they did wrong and what you should not do.
In this very competitive world, showing up, learning in the public is a much required skill, much needed skill.
My attendance was around 20-30%. Yeah, it was very low. Just try to be good at a language first. It can be Java, Python, C++, any language. Just get started with DSL. Yes.
Were there any moments when you felt burnout?
Every time, every day. If you want to grow exponentially in the development field, you should go to hackathons. For first, second year, go as much as hackathon you can go.
Want to share any mistakes that you did so that it can help others to avoid?
What I would suggest is doing mistake is a very important step in your growth, right? One thing what I would say is whenever you are trying to learn something, just get to know what the thing is actually, right? Get to know, like if you are learning a backend thing, right? Just get to know what all things are there in backend, how many frameworks are there, which is the best framework, why should you choose this framework only to learn, why this Golang only, why only Golang you should learn, why not Python, why not Rust?
What advice do you have for the students who want to earn money while learning? Hi everyone, welcome back to the another exciting episode. I am Hrudayesh. From remote internships to working with US clients, all before graduating. Today we have Darshil, a third year engineering student who's landed 8 paid internships while still juggling academics and side projects. In this episode, we uncover how he built skills, how he earned money, networked on LinkedIn, and even how he cracked US internships, all from India. If you are a student dreaming of freelancing or working internationally, this is your roadmap. Thank you so much, Darshil, for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great channel to like connect peeps to all over the connection.
Darshil, before we dive in, can you give us a little bit intro of yourself? What you're doing, with whom you are working?
Yeah. So currently I'm in third year of college doing electronics engineering from the Anand College of Engineering, Bangalore. And I am currently working as an AI developer intern in the agentic company. It's a US-based startup in San Francisco. So yes.
What was your first paid internship, and how did you land?
Yeah. So when I was in first year, I was supposed to make some front-end projects or React and using HTML, JavaScript, and React.js. Then I got a mail from a college senior to act as a front-end developer in his company. So it was an unpaid internship when I was first year. When I came to second year, I got a first internship via LinkedIn only. So there I have to create a Aadhaar card payment enable system in a government website. So that I did. And from that part, like all the internship I did was from LinkedIn only, and it was all paid. So what I first started with, I have started with basic front-end development, and I went to backend. And I felt more scope in cloud DevOps role. So I then switched to DevOps role. Then in one of the company I did as a DevOps intern also. Then after doing a bit of DevOps, I wanted to move into AI. So then I have learned few things, and then I got into this AI developer thing.
Can you walk us through how you typically apply for internships? I mean, where do you apply? Either we have LinkedIn, Internshala, and few other platforms, right? AngelList, etc. Where do you prefer mostly?
If you want to apply for your first internship, then I won't prefer LinkedIn because they see your profile first. And if there is nothing much in your LinkedIn, they won't hire you. Like you have to go with a process of hiring, but they will surely prefer the candidate who already have experience, right? So you may apply on the Internshala, from where I got my first paid internship. So yes, Internshala is a starter platform for all the peeps out there. And when you have a good profile, you can then reach out to peeps in LinkedIn to get a job by LinkedIn. Actually, it's very easy. If you are applying by LinkedIn, you just have to know like whom you have to follow. You have to build your connection. You have to build your network. And if that is done, the first step, then you can start applying and hold DM of that thing.
Yeah. I mean, do we get response? So many of the
Uh,
students used to apply and then followed by they used to do some assignments. But
mhm.
most of the cases they won't get any reply. What is the reason behind?
Actually, for a single job post, there are thousands of applicants, and they did a like filter based on resume, and only those resume will get selected who have the like who have a 8 years friendly resume. So basically, they send message to all the 10 or top 100 people who got selected in the first round. That's the internal round. You will not know if you will get selected or not. You will only know if you got selected. That okay, you are selected. So yeah, that's the way. But actually, if you will apply every day, like 2 to 3 companies, the end of 10 day or 15 day, you might get one response for like 50 or 100 companies. So the first internship is actually very difficult to get. If you get the first internship, a good internship, then all the rest will be just a piece of cake for you. The first thing is you have to be focused on your skills. You have to build your skill set. That's very important. If you'll go directly apply to internship, that won't happen. You have to build like around when you're applying for first internship, you have to build around like 4 to 5 good projects based on your domain. It can be backend, frontend, cloud, AI, ML, anything it can be, but you have to like build a good projects first. And if you are confident with your project, your hackathons, you have to go to hackathons also. When you have done with your profile for hackathons, projects, and college project, mini project, everything is done, then you should apply for the first internship. They will see on your resume if you have built a project or not, if you are going to hackathons or not, and then they will decide if they want to hire you or not. So first, very important thing is the skill set. What I did in my first sem, I did a complete front end developer roadmap. And in the second sem, I got a unpaid internship for front end developer role. So that was a very good learning experience for me. I actually got to know what's the difference between writing code in development and writing code in production. It's totally different.
How do you tailor your resume and portfolio for this different kind of roles?
Basically, what role I applied for in the starting was the front end only. So basically, at first, my resume was filled with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript project and some of React project. When I moved to backend, I have to like learn expressions, a bit of Python using Fast API or Flask anything. So based on what you're applying for, you have to build the skill set in that way. Suppose it is a front end, then most of your skill set should be of front end. If it is a back end, then it should be more a kind of back end skill set with some back end projects. Okay. If you're applying to cloud, you should have like if you're applying for DevOps, then you should have build a pipeline before, right? In your mini project, in your hackathons, so you can show it to them. So based on your role, you have to edit your skill set, you have to edit your projects you are entering. Your project shouldn't be a static project in your resume, rather your project should be a dynamic project. Like after every single application, you should change your project based on the JD given by the company. The JD is very important. That your project should lie with the JD of that company, because suppose they are hiring React, you shouldn't write Angular in your resume, right? Because they are hiring for React. Even your profile is good, they will hire someone who is having a good understanding of React. So you should remove Angular and write React. Okay. So in that way you can proceed.
Okay.
But for starting, I don't think you have to filter a resume much for first year and second year. Whatever you have, just show it and just apply. If you're in third year, then you have to do a filtration process for your resume. You have to build like 2 to 3 resumes when you're in third year.
Okay. So there is a calculated move involved at every stage of applying any internship or any placement, right?
Depends on, yeah, it depends on not every company, but the domain you're applying for. If it is a
Yeah.
backend role, then all the companies will have a like 70 to 60% same JD. Like they need a Python developer, they need a JavaScript developer. Only these two difference. They need a Golang developer. So based on the domain, you should have divided your resume. I have a front end developer resume. I have a backend. I have a cloud, and I am will do a AI resume also. AI developer.
Okay. So things won't fall in our place if we go blindly, right?
Yes, actually, yes. But for first, second year, they actually don't have much to put in the resume for the first year,
Mm,
especially.
mm,
So
mm.
whatever you have, just put it. Even if you got something from school, also just put it. Achievement section. So not for first year, but for second year, yes, you have to filter your resume.
Most of the students used to have this question in their mind. They used to hustle with this. Whenever they are applying for any internship, a section called experience. What experience do you have? But studying in a college, student won't have any experience, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
How to overcome from that?
Yeah, there are actually two things. I did both of it. So the first thing is, in your college, there might be some internal project going on in the college.
Mm.
So you can contribute the project under some good professor, right? So it's add experience to you. It is not an internship, but a college project. So what we did when I was in first year is we have created a ticketing system for my college. So basically, whatever problem you have, you can just post the problem to our website. It will be get resolved like after 2 to 3 days. So we built that project under 2 to 3 professors. It didn't get approved by the principal. Long process. So yes, I can add that as my experience when I was first year. If you're going to hackathons, you can like tell about how you perform, what was your role. So hackathon is mostly a kind of 24 hours, 48 hours. So there you can like add that in your experience section, not in the experience section, but in the achievement section. But yes, that can be considered as an experience. But if you can explore in your college that what all projects are going currently, you can contribute to those projects and there will be your name also.
So answer is yes. Hackathons and projects will play a crucial role.
If you're trying to make a project like a personal project, it's good. But if you'll try to make something involving 2 to 3 people, right, it would be a great project, first of all, like from different domains. Suppose I am from backend. If I get someone from ML, someone from app development, like then it can be huge project. Okay. So that is a very good project as compared to just writing a personal project. Personal projects are good for learning, but if you want to build something very great, then you should form a team and then you should build that.
How did you connected with US clients? Any specific platform or outreach tactics?
LinkedIn. Like I just applied and my resume got selected. No great story about it. Yeah, after getting my second and third internship, I applied only via LinkedIn only. I don't
Hmm.
use like other platforms now.
What key skills helped you stand out among other applicants?
The only thing I would say is projects hackathon. When I was in
Hmm.
first year and second year, I used to go hackathon a lot. Although I didn't win much, like after going to 10, I may won only one or two. But the experience I got and the projects I made was fabulous, and that I think was a standout for me.
Hackathons, projects.
Yeah, like one more thing to add on the top there is we should connect to our seniors first. So
Hmm.
there are many
True.
coding community in every college. Every college have a coding community. They have some seniors, good seniors. So the most important thing is you should connect to the seniors. Like they know what they did wrong and what you should not do actually. So if you are in a particular domain, then you should reach out to them. Like for me, senior support was the backbone of my whatever thing I did. Whenever I go to a new domain, I sit with a senior with like hours to get what is there in this domain, what are things new to learn, how to learn, everything, a complete roadmap from a senior. So senior connection is very important. If you follow a roadmap, it might not be correct because
Hmm.
if you'll go to YouTube, there would be hundreds of roadmap about the topic. But I don't follow that. Even the one who did already, like 2 years senior, 3 years senior, just go and ask what he did. Okay, and if you are satisfied with what he did, you can take guidance and you can follow along with that senior only. You can build projects with senior. That's very important thing. Like two of my project, cloud project, I have built with guidance under senior. So it was a very great experience. Like I got to know what are things I should add more to make this project more a next level. So senior connection is very important. It's even important than making projects because even if you connect with seniors, you can make projects with them too, right?
Do you follow any roadmap for this full stack or AI or development or for any kind of tools? Any specific resources?
YouTube. I didn't spend a single penny on my like this thing to buy a course and then to do something. Like when I was in first year, I got to know that Udemy ka certificate is very important for you. So I
Hmm.
took
Hmm.
a React course on Udemy. Then I feel that no, this wasn't that great. YouTube has more good resources if you want to learn anything. So whatever I learn, my first resource is YouTube. If it is not there on YouTube, I will reach out to a senior and I'll ask how you learned it, and then I'll go and learn that. So basically, YouTube and documentation. For first year, I would suggest going by YouTube only because documentation might overwhelm what they are learning.
I mean, how important were side projects or GitHub contributions in getting noticed by the recruiters?
Actually, what one thing I followed heavily was when I was first or second year, I have learned in public. Whatever projects I build, whatever people I met in public, I just wrote a paragraph of it and I post on LinkedIn. So learning in public is a very important thing. Your profile will get noticed, your profile will be enhanced. So whatever projects you do in GitHub, just try to post it on LinkedIn, share about your thoughts, ask for feedback, what else I can do. So it's a user feedback from all the people who are seeing your post on LinkedIn. So that can also be done, but just take it and build something new. You should take negative feedback and then convert it into a positive one. So post all your projects, good projects on LinkedIn. Even if not good, just post it. If you will see my LinkedIn, my first project I post on LinkedIn was it was a API app. I was just calling a news API and just displaying the result using a React component. So that was my first project in first year, the first post of my LinkedIn. So from there I started. I push more projects. So yeah, you have to because you are not a speaker, right? You can't speak. Like you can speak via your projects, yeah, via hackathons. So you have to be active, like you on LinkedIn.
Showing up is also important. It's
Exactly.
crucial. It's crucial
Mm.
nowadays, right? In this very competitive world, showing up, learning in the public is a much required skill, much needed
Exactly.
skill. How do you manage time between these internships, college hours, and your personal life?
Uh,
I mean,
uh,
yeah, personally, I struggled a lot during my college days, right? Managing all these three: sleep, personal work, and the college. Right?
See, when I was in first year, I used to go college a lot because that's the first time I stepped into a new city from
Hmm.
school life to
Hmm.
college life. So my attendance was around 80%. And that time I was not doing any internship and any great thing. Like I was just doing an unpaid internship. So it was manageable. When I went to third year, like second year, I got to know there is nothing much in college going to college. So I won't suggest any of the viewers present here to follow my advice. What I did is my attendance was around 20-30%.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, it was very low because I have to like do a lot of like work in internship. So I was not able to manage like the college thing and this thing. But hopefully I didn't got any back in any of the subject. All I got cleared. I have a minimum attendance. There is something called minimum attendance criteria in every college, right? So I barely maintain that criteria every semester. Like every semester, I try to maintain that criteria. All the important classes I go, and yes, that 75-65% is maintainable. And if that is done, then we are good to go.
Balancing is also important.
Yeah. And for a college student, if you talk about personal life, college is only a personal life for every college student. So yeah.
I mean, any tip that you can suggest to organize the things in a better way?
So the first thing what I would say is if you are a first year college student, just try to be good at a language first. It can be Java, Python, C++, any language. Just get started with DSA. Try to get a basic concept of DSA, arrays, string, recursion, attack, queues, a basic thing of everything. Then go by development. What I did in first year, I did a bit less of DSA and more of a development. To get your first internship, development is more required as compared to DSA if you are targeting startups. But if you
Okay.
are targeting MNCs, then you have to do DSA. Like the first
Hmm.
3 rounds is only for DSA, and there is a basic development thing. So, but whatever companies I applied for is a startup company. So everywhere I have asked like development based question only, and few have asked DSA, that to basic. So, but it's important actually. So if you're in first year, just try to get hands on DSA and do some development. It can be cybersecurity, it can be app, mobile, anything. Okay. when you are in second year, by the second year, you would know actually what domain is your domain, like in which you are interested. So just deep dive into your particular domain. Try to apply 2 to 3 companies a day if you are in second year, but only when you have already built the first step. The first step is build your resume, build your LinkedIn, learn in
Hmm.
public, learn
Hmm.
DSA.
So the first thing is we need to stop overthinking. I mean, if you are a first year or second year student, stop overthinking. Just go with one programming language,
Yeah.
right? And then one DB language, either MySQL or Postgres, anything, and then one cloud technology.
So I would suggest it if you're in first year, just go by the basic thing. Learn a language, do some DSA problems on lead code, and then try to get into some development. If you want to grow exponentially in the development field, you should go to hackathons. Because I have noticed one thing, like if you will build something like a personal project, it might take 10 days, 15 days, and it won't get completed. But if you will go to a hackathon, you have to complete it in 24 hours.
Mm.
So the learning curve is very great if you build something in a hackathon. So for first, second year, go as much as hackathon you can go. Like today, if you are in third year, you won't get enough time to go to hackathons.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, that's the thing.
Also, yeah, I want to add one more point. At the initial stage of learning, I mean, during first year or second year, students need to explore all the things, all the domains, because they don't know what skill or what framework they are expertise with, right?
Yes,
Were there any moments when you felt burnout?
every time, every day.
Every time, every day.
Yeah, it's a common thing. Like if you're solving a bug, you are stuck in some
Mm.
ideation thing. Then it's in hackathons it happened, in internship it happened, in college it happened. It happens every day, every time.
How did you push through?
What I do is I just take a break of like half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then I came back. So yeah, I take a break. So yes, but sometimes you have to be like if you're in a hackathon, right? You can't take a break. If you take a break, the time is gone. So you have to manage what it is. Yeah.
What I used to do is I used to shift a task. I mean, whatever the particular task I am working with, if I felt any burnout, I'll shift out the task for a while, just for 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah, that taking break, yeah, absolutely right.
I don't know. I mean, for how many students it will work. Yeah, but personally, I used to do that thing.
Yeah,
If they
you should
are.
be there on some extracurricular activities, right?
Mm,
So you
mm.
should be in some non-tech club of your college that will help you if you are a burnout, right? So do some extracurricular. When I was in first year, I used to play badminton, basketball. I am not good at the sports wala part, but yeah, I do.
If you are comfortable sharing how much you have earned so far this today.
Let's not talk about it.
What advice do you have for the students who want to earn money while learning?
There is one more thing. If you are doing open source contribution, like you can apply for GSOC, you can go to any organization and just do a bit of contribution. There are some bounties in some of the PR. It's rare of the rarest, I know, rare of the rarest. I'm not saying if you want to earn, then go to open source, you will get bounties. It's rare of the rarest. But if you are planning for GSOC, I didn't do GSOC, but many of my friends did it. So yes, if you are interested, if you're not getting an internship and if you're very struggling with it, then you can contribute to open source. You can start slow, and then if your profile is getting noticed, then you can continue with open source, like to get into some organization. Like the pay is huge for if you are getting into open source. It's a huge pay.
Want to share any mistakes that you did in your journey so that it can help others to avoid?
What I would suggest is doing mistake is a very important step in your growth, right? If 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 you do mistake, it is for sure you will get into something better, right?
Hmm.
So what mistake I did is whatever topic I learned in my first year, I gave more use time to it. It was not required. Okay, so just learning a few technologies, I have spent months just to learn it. So it's actually not required. If you go by documentation to learn anything, it's very fast thing. So that's a thing I think was my mistake. And it's for many of my juniors also. What they do is they pick something and they take hours, like months time to just finish it. So you don't have enough time, right? You have to finish it like in 10 days, 15 days maximum. Why to take like 3 to 4 months? If you are learning React, it won't take 1 month, right? You can only learn React in 10 days, 15 days maximum. I am talking about. So try to, if whatever thing you are learning, try to keep a limit of it. Like at what time should you learn this? Okay. And then try to build projects. Like building and learning is more good than just seeing and learn. If you're seeing a YouTube thing and then you're learning, it doesn't it won't help you much. Like because they are writing the code and you're just simply copying the code, VS code, right? But if you're building some projects with some seniors, they would suggest you, okay, you should go in this way, do this, do that. So if you will explore yourself, then it's a great learning path.
Also, there is a quote: the right thing or the perfect thing to start any kind of activity or any kind of task is no. It's the second best time. The first time is yesterday, it was gone, and the second best time is perfect time is no.
Yeah.
Right? Most of us used to procrastinate, right? I mean, yeah, acha, we'll do later, we'll have a lot of time. We'll do evening or else we'll start tomorrow. No, things won't work like that.
No, actually not. One thing what I would say is whenever you are trying to learn something, just get to know what the thing is actually, right? Get to know, like if you are learning a backend thing, right? Just get to know what all things are there in backend, how many frameworks are there, which is the best framework, why should you choose this framework only to learn, why this Golang only, why only Golang you should learn, why not Python, why not Rust. So these questions like should come to your mind, and if you want to clear those questions, just talk to a senior, go to YouTube. It's like what language to choose. What all thing I did is whenever I've learned a new thing, new technology, I get onto a research mode of why this only, why not something else. And if I'm doing this, what all things I need to learn in this, all the subtopics, okay, and what are all the beginner project. If I'll do this, suppose if I learn CI/CD pipeline, you may heard of GitHub Action, Jenkins, okay. So why GitHub Action? Why not Jenkins? Or why Jenkins? Why not GitHub Action? So you should know the difference between what you are using, right? And when you, for example, I chose GitHub Action. So like you have to get to know what all things are there in GitHub Action. Like, okay. So in this way, you should curve your learning. First, get to know what you are learning, then you learn. Just don't start blindly learn any single thing. Get a 1 or 2 day research of it. Like talk to seniors, go to some YouTube channels, and then you'll get to know what thing is what, and you can be more interested in what you're learning.
What are your future goals? I mean, a startup, a full-time job, or else freelancing.
My main thing is I want a full-time job. That's the only thing. And then I might be planning for taking MTech masters.
What advice would you like to give for the first-year student who is just starting out?
The simple thing is, again, just before learning anything, just try to be good at a language first. It can be Java, Python, or C++. Once it is done, then go with any development thing. And what I said earlier is just try to research about what you are learning. And after it is done, then only start to learn. Okay. Or actually, one more thing for first and second years, there are many meetups in Bangalore or in the city you're living in. There can be many meetups. So if you attend those meetups, you will actually feel the difference of how industry people are actually thinking, working, and you can get a chance to interact with them. So I remember I went to like a startup meeting, and in that room, a round table conference, out of like 50 people, I was the only college student. So everyone was like they were 20 year of experience, and that is my age.
Okay.
So if you will have those people around you, you can get more guidance, like more to do tasks to do, right? I got some good project ideas when I was there. So yes, you will get a connection also. So it is very good. So try to attend hackathons. Try to go as much as meetup you can in your city,
Mm, mm, mm,
and just build projects.
mm,
Try to increase your network.
mm. Showing up on, learning public, showing up our
Yeah,
work every day.
every day. Like suppose like if someone helped you, right? If I'm working with a senior for a project, you should tag them too, right? It is like if you are working with someone, taking guidance from someone, you should tag them
Mm,
too, that they
mm,
can
mm,
see, okay, you did something like this.
mm,
Because in their feed, it is not like your post will be visible. They
mm,
might ignore it.
mm.
Like, so you should tag them, tell them, okay, you have built this. So it will be a one-to-one interaction between you and the senior.
True. Really, it was a perfect session. Thanks again, Darshil, for joining us and sharing your
Yeah.
expertise.
Thank you so much
Mm.
for inviting me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a live proof that you don't need to wait for final year to start your career, whether it's applying smartly, building practical skills, or thinking globally. His Darshil journey shows that consistency is more important than credentials. Right? If you found this episode valuable, share this to a friend. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.